Alrighty, boys and girls, prepare for the altcoin season. It is almost time for what we are all waiting for here, and this all comes down to few things that I'm going to share with you here in today's video. So with no further ado, let's get into it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And now here, guys, the first and most important thing here, guys, is that we were in this like sideways range on Bitcoin for 180 days. Historically, this is usually the time, 6 months, where we have to see a move on Bitcoin, a decision day, let's say, right? So something that I've shared with you in the previous video, we've seen it as well here from the top that we had the 30k top to the breakout. This was 189 days. So we're possibly going to see this happening by next week, which is also something very funny because this weekly candle here is pretty much now gonna close green, right? Because we are now in a Friday. Today is Friday, and the weekend we don't see so much volume, and sometimes we do see pumps in the weekend. So that's what we've seen last weekend. We've seen a pump in the weekend. Now we might see another pump in the weekend. Maybe that's gonna take us above 59k, which is gonna switch on or turn on that monthly candle green, this September candle. So if we do put a line here, you would see that the level we are waiting for here is this 59 level, 59k on Bitcoin, and then we are back green on September. And this would be a shame because everybody was calling for a red September, and it would be funny. And I've told you that, guys, by the way, that we might see a sell-off at the start of September just to get everybody bearish and shorting, and this is exactly what happened. People got wrecked because that's what the market want people to do. And then we're seeing now a move forward. We also seen Michael Saylor buying recently here, so it might be one of the reasons why we're seeing this bullish momentum. We also have now Wall Street buying coins, buying Bitcoin ETFs and stuff like that. So a lot of things that we're playing out here, but the most important is we possibly bottomed for 2024. This bottom here we see here 49k is possibly the bottom, and if that's the case, then from here onwards we are moving up, green candles, moon and stuff like that. And most importantly, if we look at altcoins and what they are doing, which is very important, and most importantly Pepe, which is one of my favorite coins, not only because it made me money because we got in early onto that, but because it's holding strong and it's outperforming, or is more bullish than Bitcoin. So you see this higher highs in this range while Bitcoin was ranging doing this lower highs, which is a bearish thing, right? And here we see Pepe doing higher highs, higher lows, right? And it's now it's holding this, and we're possibly going to see a breakout, which is going to start this Pepeverse season, right? And we all here believe that Pepe is going to flip Shiba. You know, this is something I really believe that's going to happen because Pepe is the new shiny object, the new meme coin of this cycle, and meme coins have been really the thing this cycle, and they will continue being the thing. And we know when that happens, we have as well Brett Eat, a low cap gem that we're on as well, one of the most bullish ones right after Pepe. Once the Pepeverse is going to start, now it's at $5.6 million in its market cap, right? So you can see organic community kind of coin slowly grinding up, right? And loading up, accumulating around here. This is also ready for a big move with Pepe. But just to show you guys one thing here is that altcoins have been outperforming, or mainly, right? So Pepe have been outperforming Bitcoin even in this bearish market, bearish sentiment and everything like that. With all these drops, Pepe is holding strong. This is the kind of strength I want to see on something, right? It's been through real bad stuff, right? It's been really through a bad market and it survived. So you can guess once we're gonna flip bullish, this is gonna skyrocket. So let's get back to why the altcoin season is close. So the first thing, as I said, guys, 180 days, 6 months of this sideways. By the way, if you survive this 180 days, congratulations, you are destined for greatness, for millions this cycle, because many people are giving up, leaving. Probably everybody that bought the top here and were euphoric and buying Solana meme coins and gambling, they're all gone, right? They lost their money and all that stuff. And people that stayed here are the ones that are gonna make money, right? That's very important to know. Time in the market is better than timing the market. Some people think that they can log off and go away and then come back one day, and they'll, like, once they are gonna see their favorite YouTuber telling them this is the right time, they're gonna be the guys that are gonna time the exact bottom. But you can see that that's not possible unless you stick around, because if you stuck around here, you possibly witnessed this drop and you possibly started buying this, right? But some people will only see this later on once the market is gonna move up, right? So that's something as a side note, if you survive this 180 days. But why the altcoin season and the bull market is closing in and almost gonna start is this 180 days. As you see, this is the longest and one of the longest we've seen. This happened only once before, and it happened here, right? So this happened here before the Bitcoin ETFs, before everything. This top here, 30K, this was also 180 days. This only basically happens when we have long ranging markets of like bear market stuff, right? We never see this type of like slow. This was 100 or 200 days, like 20 days difference. This was the bear market, guys. This was the bear market. 190 days or 200 days, 20 days in difference. And then we actually seen a big move. And then here, this was 180 days, right? Of sideways. And then we seen a big move. And then we have again 180 days, right? So for reference, this never happened before. If you missed the previous video, this never happens before, right? This all tops here, you see this was 50 days or 2 months. This was 2 months. This was 3 months, right? It's never 180 days, right? So this was this here. This was 100, 200 days. And this here even was shorter. This was 3 months. This was also 180. So whenever we see 180 days, we see a very strong move after that. So that's the first thing. The second thing, guys, is Bitcoin dominance. And this is something we all want to be looking at. And I'm pretty sure now many people now are looking at it. It's like one of the things that everybody's waiting for right now. So once this turns back down, this is when we start the meme coin season, we start the altcoin season and everything like that. Now, people think that once it's gonna start going down, then I'm gonna start getting into the market. This is when it comes to those people that want to time the market. But how we do this, we buy when this thing is going up, we sell when this thing is going down. I know it doesn't make sense, right? Because what you're looking at is, so once it's gonna go down, we're gonna have a bull market. Why should I be now exiting there? Well, because this once it's gonna start reversing back down, it's gonna take 2 months basically where we're gonna have a lot of euphoria and it's gonna be down here. So historically, the best time to be buying altcoins on meme coins and being ready for the bull market is when this thing is needing its top. It's needing a top, which is now, right? And the best time to be selling, and it's when it's needing a bottom, on its when it starts to flip like that. We're gonna start to see moves, big moves happening in the market. This will not just happen only on Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance will reflect what's happening in the market because it signals that we have very a strong bullish momentum on altcoins. It means altcoins are pumping. It means Pepe is a 10, 20 billion, 50 billion, right? So for now, this is the second thing, right? So for those that do not know that, let's just quickly add others, which are altcoins, basically the altcoins index. And this would really show you what's going on here. So what's going on here, guys, you see this is the purple. Let's change this color. So what you see here, guys, this is the others. This is when altcoins pump and we have a meme coin season and altcoin season, right? So what does happen when Bitcoin dominance go down? We have a meme coin season or altcoin season. We have it here. It starts pumping. So here, exactly here it starts. You see when Bitcoin dominance stopped or was on its way up, this was the best time to be buying. And then when it starts flipping, as soon as it reached the bottom, this was the actual top, right? The actual top. Then it kind of ranged a bit. Then we had another push up while it was ranging here, right? We did have that as well in 2017. If you look at it here, we had the same thing in 2017. Once it started turning, let's put this one here at the top. Once it started turning, we started seeing it flipping or going back up, and it bottomed, and that was the top on altcoins. So now this tells us that we are now gonna start to see this turning down. So maybe this is the top on Bitcoin dominance, and you can see this is others. This is the bottom on others, right? This is the bottom. And as soon as this starts to switch down, this one will start to move back up, and we're gonna have our altcoin season finally, right? And it's coming soon, right? Now altcoins, they do start slow. They do start slow. They have like 3 months of like slow grind up, maybe a few pumps, but then the actual real squeeze up that actually does a 10x or 20x move in like 2 weeks happens at the actual exact low on Bitcoin dominance, or that's usually the top. So for now, that's what we're waiting for. You can see clearly here in Bitcoin dominance that there is some sort of a correlation here, right? So this is slowly slowing down. The Bitcoin dominance is slowing down, and also others is kind of bottoming. So it might be really soon, right? Really soon, and then we start to see that. So this still stay with my targets, which I have, right? For when we're gonna possibly top on, see those altcoins first top on altcoins, it is gonna be around March, April next year, right? And then we're gonna have a slow summer and stuff like that. It's exactly what we see historically, slow summers and stuff like that. Then another push up by maybe October, September, and then we top, as this kind of chart here shows us, with the election 1 year later, we top around October, November of 2025, and that's still the plan. So that's the thing here, right? And when it comes to the start, we need to see as well Bitcoin pumping. So usually when Bitcoin starts pumping and breaks out all-time high, altcoins, they do take few weeks later after that to start pumping. So they don't just pump straight away after Bitcoin. They do follow a little bit, right? They follow Bitcoin, but they don't show their true strength and their true nature straight away. It happens while Bitcoin starts ranging again. So what we might see is a push up on Bitcoin, and then a lag on Bitcoin, and then we see altcoins pushing up, shooting up, then cooling off, then Bitcoin moving a bit more, and then another shoot up, which is the strongest on altcoins, and then we're gonna see the top. Right now, the thing here and what we're doing and what I'm doing is still the same thing, guys. Meme coins are going to be the biggest gainers. Pepe, as you can see, is one of the most bullish charts out there. There are many other bullish charts, but Pepe by far is the one showing most of the strength here, with higher highs, higher lows. You can see this triangle here squeezing now, bouncing still off this triangle, and this could literally fly to like $40 billion in its market cap, just like what Shiba Inu did. Maybe we can see even higher prices. That's something to keep an eye on. And the second thing is, this gonna start a Pepeverse season. That simply comes down to the fact that Dogecoin started the dog season in the previous cycle with Dogecoin pumping. Then we started seeing Shiba Inu, Floki. We started seeing many dogs. This all started because Dogecoin started the dogs meta. Now we have the Pepe and the frogs meta. That's why I'm super bullish on Breton ETH, which is the lowest cap right now that you can afford in this market, and it follows Pepe and the Pepeverse narrative, and that's what are we playing for. This is how I'm thinking what the future markets are gonna look like and what future people are gonna do. Once they are gonna see that they missed Pepe and Pepe is sky high and flip Shiba Inu, they will all start to look for the next one. The same thing that's happened with Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, they will look for the next one. This is when they'll find Breton ETH, they will find other Pepeverse coins, and the point is, it doesn't matter. At some point, once the market actually switch bullish, like what we've seen in here, exactly at the top, Bitcoin breaking 74K. If you take a snapshot back to what happened back then, everything was pumping. Everything was pumping. It did not matter what the coin is. Everything was pumping. AI coins, gaming coins, meme coins, everything was pumping. It did not matter. Within the meme coin space, even then, everything was pumped. So that's the thing. Once we're going to have the actual bull market, everything is going to pump. Then things that shown strength now are going to be the biggest gainers. Then we're going to have their second gainers, and everything mostly is going to be pumping that we see today here present in the market, that is still active, that is still there present. Those coins are going to pump, right? Because it's impossible to cover every coin. It's impossible. They're all here. All these coins are going to see their time to shine. And that's what a bull market does. And that's what people are waiting for. If you've never experienced a bull market just sends everything sky high because everybody is euphoric. People forget about risk. People just want to buy because they see their friends are now rich from cryptos and stuff like that. And they want to replicate those results and they buy everything. So that's what actually happens. Now, actually, the third and last thing why we're expecting an altcoin season soon is the rate cuts, right? So the rate cuts usually mean or indicate we're going to have cheap money again accessible to the market. Now we are at 5%. If you borrow money, you have to pay 5%. If you're a business, if you are an investor or a venture capitalist, money is expensive to get your hands on. So you better just keep it in the bank and earn 5% on it than just throw it on assets, right? And this money is sitting on the sideline. This money is going to come in as soon as they are not making this 5% anymore. And also money is going to become cheap to borrow, and money sitting in the bank is going to be a detriment, and people will not want to do that. And this money is going to flow back into the market. That's usually what rate cuts do, for those that don't understand. So that's why we're saying there is a lot of money in the sidelines because of this 5%. They are earning 5% per year instead of risking it in the stock market or in the crypto space. That's what's happening. So this money is going to need to find a home soon. And this money is going to, some of it, right? Some percentage of that money, like let's say 10% of that money or like 5% of that money, which is billions and billions, right? That money is going to flow into the crypto space, mainly Bitcoin and ETH, which is now we have an ETH ETF, right? So mainly onto those, if those big investors and hedge funds want to invest in the crypto space, now they have easy access to it through the ETFs with Bitcoin and ETH. That's why also one of the most bullish things about Pepe and Breton ETH, it's because they are on ETH, and there is going to be a lot of money flowing into ETH once we're going to have the rate cuts and that's gonna start the ETH season, and coins on ETH are gonna flourish and gonna have the strongest gains, and they've been doing that forever, right? Most of the biggest gainers are all on ETH, right? We've seen Floki and Shiba Inu, and mostly Shiba Inu went to 50 billion. That just shows you how strong ETH ecosystem is and how far can coins on ETH go, right? They can go pretty high when they are on ETH. Now on Solana, because this is a new thing right now, we don't have real things or coins that's been there in the previous cycle, like DOGECOINE and BONK are new now. They did go to 4 billion, 3 billion. So for now, all we're gonna have to wait for is to see how far they can go, but we already have proof that coins on ETH can go to 50 billion and more. So that we don't need to actually wait for, and we do have that coming in, right? That money flow that is coming to ETH soon, and Bitcoin. So those are the main things to be looking at right now. And to close in this video and to end it, these rate cuts are coming in September. This is when they're expected, right? And they're slowly gonna start cutting from there. It's not gonna go to 0 straight away. It's gonna maybe cut by half, so by 0.5. So it's gonna be 4.5. Now it's 5.5, right? So maybe they're gonna cut off the 5. It's gonna be just 5. Then the next month 4.5. Then the other month 4, and slowly cutting it down until it's not anymore appealing for the big money to stay in the bank and earn interest and go into the assets. And that's when we're gonna start to see stocks running, Bitcoin rallying, crypto rallying, and stuff like that. So that's one more thing that we're looking for, and it's starting September. And a lot of things are pointing towards October, November to be very bullish months as well, with the elections and stuff like that. Very bullish months for cryptos as well. So we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Don't forget to join my Discord. Link in the description. It's free to join. You can also follow me on Twitter. Link in the description. If you want to check out Brett Eat as well, link in the description, because there are a lot of grifts out there. This is the real one. Link in the description. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Stay strong. The bull market is coming, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.